Hello everyone and welcome to today's special podcast. Today we are going to talk about an important part of the Indian Constitution, the governor. This topic is very important for all of you preparing for exams like UPSC and other state PCS. So let's get started right away. As we all know, India is a federal country where power is divided between the central government and the state governments. At the state level, the governor acts as the president's representative and is the constitutional head of the state. Article 153 to Article 162 in Part 6 of the Indian Constitution talk about different things related to the governor. Now let's talk about how a governor is appointed. According to Article 155 of the Constitution, the President of India directly appoints the governor. However, in practice, this appointment happens based on the advice of the central government. There are some qualifications to become a governor, like being a citizen of India and being at least 35 years old, as mentioned in Article 157. The usual term for a governor is 5 years, as stated in Article 156, but they continue to hold office as long as the president wishes and can also be moved from one state to another. One important recent point is that there has been a lot of political discussion about the appointment and role of governor lately, especially in states where the central government and the state governments belong to different political parties. The governor has many powers and functions. According to Article 154, the executive power of the state belongs to the governor, and all executive actions of the state government are officially taken in their name. They appoint the Chief Minister and Council of Ministers under Article 164, and on the Chief Minister's advice, they also appoint other ministers and assign them different departments. When it's come to the legislative powers of the governor is an important part of the state legislature. Under Article 168, they call and end sessions of the legislature under Article 174, and they can also address it under Article 175 and Article 176. For any bill to become a law, it needs the governor's approval under Article 200. The governor can also reserve certain bills for the president's consideration under Article 201. When the legislature is not in the session, the governor can also issue ordinances under Article 213, which have the same effect as a law, but these need to be approved by the legislature in the next session. In financial matters, the state's annual budget cannot be presented in the legislature without the governor's permission, and money bill cannot be introduced without their recommendation. The governor can also make advances from the state's emergency fund and forms a finance commission every 5 years to review the financial situation of panchayats and municipalities. Regarding judicial powers, the governor has the right to grant pardons, suspend, reduce, or change the sentences of people convicted under state laws under Article 161, although their powers is limited in cases of death sentences. The president also consults the governor when appointing judges to the state's high court. Most importantly, there are the governor's discretionary powers. They can use these powers based on their own judgment in certain situations, such as appointing a chief minister when no political party has a clear majority in the assembly, dismissing the council of ministers if they lose the assembly's confidence, or recommending president's rule under Article 356. The use of these powers has often been a topic of debate. Various commissions and committees have given their recommendations regarding the role of the governor from time to time. The Sarkaria Commission, which tenure 1983 to 1988, recommended that the state's government should be consulted during the appointment of the governor, and the person appointed should be non-partisan. The commission also suggested that the governor should explore all alternatives before recommending president's rule. The Punchi Commission, whose time period was 2007 to 2010, recommended bringing more transparency to the process of removing a governor and ensuring that governors are not involved in active politics. The commission also suggested that the governor should decide on bills passed by the state legislature within a specific time frame. These commission's recommendations aimed to maintain the dignity and impartiality of the governor's office. Now let's talk about a very important recent update. On April 8, 2025, the Honorable Supreme Court gave a significant judgment in the case of State of Tamil Nadu versus Governor of Tamil Nadu. In this decision, the court called the governor's delay in giving assent to bills passed by the state legislature illegal and unconstitutional. The Honorable Supreme Court set clear time limits for governors under Article 200. According to this, the governor must act within 1 month whether to give assent based on the advice of the Council of Ministers or to reserve the bill for the President's consideration. If the governor wants to withhold assent against the advice of the Council of Ministers, they must return the bill with a message within 3 months. If the bill comes back after reconsiderations, the governor must give assent within 1 month. In the same judgment, the Honorable Supreme Court also gave important directions to the President's office. The court clearly stated that when a governor reserves a bill for the President's consideration, the President must take a decision on it within 3 months. The court emphasized that indefinite delay goes against the principle of the federal structure, and the President's office should establish necessary procedures to ensure timely decisions on the state bill. So, friends, today we discussed in detail the constitutional position of governor, their powers, functions, important recommendations from commissions related to governors, and the latest significant judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court, along with the 3 month time limit set for the president. This topic is extremely important for civil services exams, and we hope this podcast has been helpful in your RAS interview preparation. Understanding the role of the governor is essential for understanding the relationship between the center and the states and the constitutional framework of the state. And now, timely decisions are expected at both the governors and the president's level regarding legislative actions. That's all for today. We will meet again in the next podcast with another important topic. Until then, thank you and best wishes.